Hi folks, tonight I'm going to read you Eel-Grass, another poem by Edna St. Vincent Millay, which is chronologically the next poem in 2nd April after Journey, which I did last night. So let's get into it. Eel-Grass by Edna St. Vincent Millay. No matter what I say, all that I really love is the rain that flattens on the bay and the eelgrass in the cove. The jingle shells that lie and bleach at the tide line and the trace of higher tides along the beach. Nothing in this place. All right, so that was Eel-Grass, a very short poem. Just, what is that, 6 lines? Some 8 lines. Very short. So this very short poem is actually another one that I memorized when I was much younger. It seems a pretty safe guess here that Millay is referring to growing up on the coast of Maine. She variously lived in Camden, Maine and Rockport, Maine, both of which are near Penobscot Bay. So one wonders if she wrote this poem while living in New York City and longing for the sea while she was away from that. There are definitely other poems like this in her repertoire, where she's longing for an ocean that she's lost. Actually, her poem Inland, which is found later in 2nd April, is very much the same idea. It talks about one salt taste of the sea once more. Later in life, even though she did live most of her life in New York City or upstate New York, later in life, she and her husband would purchase Ragged Island, which is in Maine's Casco Bay. They paid the bargain price of $750 for this island. It is one of the outermost islands of Casco Bay. And by all accounts, what they did there was a lot of nude sunbathing. So the eelgrass she mentions here is probably a species of Zostera, which is the marine eelgrass. There's a freshwater variety, which is a different genus. There are many different Zostera species, so we don't know for sure which one she's talking about, but it might be Zostera marina, which grows in the North Atlantic. And actually, if you go to the Wikipedia page for it, which I'll link in the description below, they use an example from Birch Island in Maine to show you what it looks like. But it is a seaweed with long, straight leaves, usually a light to dark green, and obviously it's called eelgrass because it sort of resembles an eel. Now, why a gal like me, who grew up in a place that was definitely not on the ocean, although it was a very big lake, why was I so drawn to this poem? I really can only guess that the idea of pining for something lost appealed to my romantic senses, because that was the kind of weirdo kid I was. So yeah, short poem, and I don't have a ton to say about it, so that's all I've got for you folks. We can wrap it up here. This has been your daily dose of Millay. Have a great night.